of the fishing industry, Mr. Ron Wong. We had got to tell Ron twice that he was going in the Hall of Fame this year, and he was very, very excited about getting to do that. I can't think of a more deserving person. Ron Wong started writing for Mid-South Hunting Fishing News when it was just a newspaper tabloid. He was a photographer, a philanthropist. He was someone that everybody loved, and he was also a really, really good cook. If you ever had the opportunity to eat any of his hush puppies and fried fish, Ron was, I would call him a Renaissance man, because there wasn't nothing that Ron couldn't do. He was the official photographer for Legends of the Outdoors for the past 3 years. And with that said, I'm going to invite Kent Driscoll and Madeline Roberts up to the stage.
All right, is everybody having a $1,000 day? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, how about this, guys? What a great day, man. It is so good to be here amongst all the men and women of the outdoor industry. And I just feel honored to stand up here. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. You know, we let Ron know back in January at the Grizzly Jig Show about him being inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I tell you, he was so incredibly excited. It was just unbelievable. We also let Russ Bailey know that he was being inducted. And getting to share that with two people at the same time, I mean, it was a pretty big celebration for all of us. And then I saw Ron again at the Brush Pile Academy in the spring, about a month later. And, you know, I had no idea that was going to be the last time I saw Ron. And one of the pictures you'll see on the website that we created for him, we'll talk about here in a minute, is, you know, with Ron and my buddy Kirby. And, man, it's hard. It's really hard to just miss someone like Ron. You know, he was just great at everything. So I'm gonna go through and just share a few moments with him, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Madeline. And when Madeline gets up here, guys, I want you guys to really listen to her story. I want you to listen to how Ron inspired her. And I'll tell you what, it's a special moment. So my name's Kent Driscoll. I'm the pro staff manager for the B&M Pole Company. I was also inducted in the Hall of Fame last year. And it's such an honor to be standing here again today. And Gary, thank you for what you do, and everybody that works with you, Gary, the support staff, the board members, and just all the sponsors, man. We appreciate you guys. This is Madeline Roberts. She is the president of the Ron Wong Legacy Foundation. And again, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I'd also like to recognize Jay Jackman and Bless Meyer. Will you guys just raise your hands? Stand up just a minute, guys. These are the other two board members that have helped us put this Ron Wong Legacy Foundation together. Thank you, guys. You know, the four of us have been working just continuously to get this thing going, okay? And we're creating a 501(c)(3), and there's a lot of legwork. If anybody has ever done this before, there's tons of paperwork. We've had Zoom calls every Sunday night for the past 2.5 months. And we're just really excited to get to share this with you. So, you know, it's just a special day. I also want to recognize Debbie and Debbie, stand up please. Debbie Wong, this is Ron's sister from California. Casey, Steve, and Vicky. And then where's our redneck cousin Peanut? Where you go, Peanut? Stand up, buddy. Peanut and his wife. And you know, Ron and Peanut, they weren't related, but they were some serious redneck cousins. And if you want to hear some really funny stories, I'm sure Peanut will share some really good ones about Ron Wong. So, you know, corner-old Peanut there, and we're glad you're here, Peanut, and that you brought your wife. So, again, just want to thank Gary and again, everybody involved in this Legends of Outdoors. This is just a huge undertaking. And it's a lot of planning, and it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of sweat equity. And we just appreciate you, Gary, so thank you again. I've known Ron for over 25 years, on and off the water. And the one word, and we've heard this word a lot today, that best describes Ron is great. The word great, okay? Ron was a great friend. He was a great philanthropist. He was a great industry leader, a great photographer. He was a great fisherman, and most importantly, he was a great cook. And I'm gonna share with you one of my favorite pictures of Ron right here. And guess what Ron was famous for? Hush puppies. This guy had a hush puppy recipe that would knock your socks off. And every single event we went to, Ron would not allow anybody to help him with the hush puppies. You did not touch his cooking pot, the recipe, making part of it, whatever it might be. But this guy was world famous for his hush puppies, and we all like to kid and laugh about it. And we're gonna miss these hush puppies, so, man, I sure love that guy for that. You know, some of the other things that Ron, you know, funny things about Ron is I nicknamed him the Ninja, okay? And this guy, man, he would put out some karate on you, okay? He was a worker. He was a get-it-done kind of guy. When we were doing media events, he could herd 100 people in about 2 seconds. And he would absolutely chop you up if you didn't fall in line. And that's some of the things we loved about him. I also loved tailgating with Ron at Ole Miss and Pro. Ron was a huge Ole Miss fan. Gotta give the guy hotty toddy. But man, I sure do miss that. And we'll miss it in the future with him too. But you know, the other great thing about Ron and probably most importantly is Ron had a deep love for introducing men and women to the fishing world, okay? He would take time in the different charities and events that he did, and he would really coach these kids, and he would spend time with these kids, and it was just honest and pure, and it's because he cared so much. And man, we should have loved him for that. So that's why we're creating this Ron Wong Legacy Foundation. We're just so excited, you know, for this. And I'm going to pass it over to